Hello again. This is the Jeff Hare Show, brought to you by EasternIowaNews.com and DidYouHearThat.com. I'm Jeff Hare. High school bowling. What do you think? Christoph Trapp with me now. What do you think of high school bowling, Christoph?
I don't know anything about bowling.
Nothing? You bumpers? Are you a bumper guy by chance?
Definitely. The last time I was bowling, it was probably 10 years ago. I used those bumpers on the side, and I think I still bowled, I don't know, like 130 or something, maybe. Not very good. Maybe 90.
Well, the fastest growing sport in Iowa High School Athletic Association, and I've been told this by a lot of people, is high school bowling. It is something that's big in the Cedar Rapids, Iowa City, Waterloo area. I should say it's big in the entire state of Iowa. It is a huge, huge sport here now. In fact, Cedar Rapids Jefferson's coach, Virgil Chervin, he told me just the other day, him and I were having a discussion about it. He said this year was the first year Jefferson ever had to cut bowlers. They had to take tryouts and they had to cut. And Virgil's brokenhearted. If you ever met the man, he's a very, very nice man. He was just brokenhearted that he had to tell people that they could not be on his bowling team.
You're kidding. I don't know much about bowling, so I'll offer my opinion this way. I was on the 1995 football. This is football, not bowling. State championship at Iowa City West, and Reese Morgan, who's now at Iowa, was the coach then, and he didn't cut players. Nobody was cut. Everybody made the team as long as they I think showed initiative or something like that. But you're kidding. So they're cutting people in high school bowling. What's going on?
The numbers are incredible, and as Virgil told me that at Jefferson and at Kennedy also, Prairie I think also had to cut a few. The facilities can't handle the numbers that are showing up to bowl. There's youth bowling programs on Saturday morning with lessons. Of course, the league bowlings all over the place. And this has just absolutely exploded, far greater than what the Iowa High School Athletic Association thought.
I was going to ask you that. So really they don't have enough lanes for all these kids to bowl, to practice? Really?
Well, and yeah, that's a yes and no situation. There's no shortage of bowling alleys, or bowling centers, I should say, as they like to be called. There's no shortage of those. There's plenty of those around there. But when you're starting to look at the numbers of kids that are going out, when you're starting to get 30, 40, 50 kids going out for a bowling team with a roster of, 12, suddenly the numbers are just astronomical. And that was what Virgil said. Virgil said, hey, it's not a matter we don't want them to bowl. It's not a matter we don't want them out here. It's not even a matter that the bowling center doesn't want them. It's more of a matter of just pure numbers. Pure, how do you coach it? How do you teach it? How do you administer the league at those numbers?
Why can't they take turns? I mean, seriously, why can't they take turns? Why can't they, again, I'm going back to football, second string gets less, what do you call
reps,
less reps? No, that's not what you call it in bowling.
No, bowling be frames.
Okay, why don't they get less frames than the number one string bowler? I mean, really, I don't know, cutting people. Why is there such an interest in bowling all of a sudden?
It really always has been. Bowling is one of those sports where anybody can do it. I know the leagues in the state of Iowa. Most anybody can do it. Most everybody except ex-Iowa City West football players that played for Reese Morgan in '95. But it's a situation where there's a lot of bowling. You go out to any bowling center any night of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday, both any night. Those places are packed. They're jam-packed full. The bowling centers have done a good job marketing themselves. You see a lot of, for the youth, midnight bowling leagues where they turn all the lights all off, and you go out there and you hit a certain ball, you hit a certain pin, you get a prize, and it's all loud music and that. They've done a great job marketing this sport to kids. And it's gone on further where there are Saturday morning leagues and there are Saturday morning lessons. If you want, there's no shortage of people who give lessons for a few dollars or whatever. The leagues, the bowling participation itself across the country, numbers are up. The Iowa High School Athletic Association, when they started having high school bowling, they never expected the kind of participation they have. This is the first year that it is a sanctioned sport by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. And it was almost forced on them. They kind of went into it kicking and screaming. They said bowling is not a sport that we would want to be a part of. The girls did sanction it. It was a sanctioned sport through the Iowa Girls Union. Troy Dannon, who was part of that, who's now the athletic director at Northern Iowa, is instrumental in making that happen. It really turned out well for the girls. The boys have done it now, and it's just the numbers, the participation level. I mean, these guys, they go into a game and they play on Friday nights just like we did playing high school football, and they take it every bit as serious as high school football teams. One thing that kind of surprised me, and I asked Virgil this when I had a talk with him. I says, when you guys go to Dubuque to play Hempstead or Wahlert, how do you get there? Does everyone take a car, or do you have a van? They actually use a full-bore school bus. It just shocked me that and I said, kind of step back. They said, no, really, we fill it up. So, I mean, just absolutely shocked me on that.
And is there a problem with the attendance? I mean, how do people watch these? They don't have stands or anything. How do they get around?
I'm glad you asked. That was another question that I had brought up to Virgil. He was telling me that there was a sectional meet at May City Lanes in Cedar Rapids one night. He said that his athletic director at Jefferson High School, he tried to get out. He said, Scott Kibbe, AD over there, great guy. Said, Scott, I need you to come out. I want you to see this. Scott said, no problem. What time's it start? Whatever the time was. He got there 15 minutes late, the athletic director. Had to park 2 blocks away and couldn't see anything because fans were stacked up 4 and 5 deep in front of the alleys to watch. It's an incredible turnout. Of course, the bowling proprietor, I know Tommy very well at May City. I mean, those guys are smiling all the way around because it's revenue to them. And they build up future bowlers. They keep interest in the sport going.
All I know is going back to the it's not a sport comment you made earlier. I know this. Bowling has been shown on ESPN, and doesn't ESPN decide what's a sport and what's not a sport? Or?
Well, I think so. They always have. Their numbers on their bowling, by the way, is incredible. Their ratings on that. Bowling they've tried to take bowling off TV. ABC had it for years with Chris Schenkel, and they did everything they could to get rid of it. The numbers were always sky high, and the population in the sport is absolutely incredible. Once again, this is Jeff Hare on the Jeff Hare Show. Thank you very much for joining us. We are brought to you by EasternIowaNews.com and DidYouHearThat.com. We'll talk soon.